watching America Trends. I'm Mary Burt-Godwin. I am super hyped up from my past interview there with Mike Costa. And now we've got Peter O'Keefe, owner, founder of Souped Life. I just like saying the name, Souped. You know, Shoop was my karaoke song, but now it's Soup. Souped up. It is souped, not supped, right? Souped.
Yes, we get
sup would have 2 P's.
we get the souped, we get the supped, we get souped. Like, oh, do you guys make soup? And it's like, no. What we take is just good nutrient, good foods, and soup them up a little bit.
You soup them up. Well, I was looking on your website because it's superfoods. So then I was like, it's got to be Souped Life. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, but first tell me all about you, Peter. Where are you from? And, you know, where has life taken you?
So just Southern Orange County boy, born and raised in Laguna. Got to travel around a lot as a young kid. My dad just said, hey, let's go see the world. So got exposed to a lot of foods, kind of fell into the chef world. And
So, like, you cooked yourself?
I didn't cook myself, but yes, I definitely.
You yourself
I cooked. Yeah, my
of
dad taught me how to make tacos and carrot
Okay.
soup when I was like 5 and 6. You know, I used to
Okay.
cook for my babysitters. Maybe I was flirting a little. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah.
But yeah, so got into the chef world and was always just like, man, this is a lot of work. I gotta stay healthy. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of the chefs I was cooking under were huge or just really unhealthy. You know, that kind of typical image of like the big, heavy chef guy.
Sweating.
Yeah, sweating. So now, yes, lots of sweating, hopefully not in the food. So, you know, I was just like, I got to stay healthy, you know, had 2 girls, you know, had to stay in shape. And
How old are your daughters?
They're now 12 and 10. We just had birthdays a little while ago. And so just had to stay healthy. So I started getting into doing Spartans or triathlons and half marathons. And then was just like, man, I need some like good organic nutrient dense food.
Yeah.
And I started remembering when I lived in Maui and we were living, you know, very healthily, and I was working with Wine Herbal Blessings, and I was just like, man, if we only could bring that to where I'm at now. It's kind of, you know, fast paced, you know, life in Southern California, 2 kids, full-time job, working 60 to 70 hours a week. So I just sort of reached into my cabinet, grabbed some, you know, nut butter or peanut butter, and sort of mixed in all the stuff I was throwing into my yogurts and stuff. And I was like, wow, this stuff's awesome. And then, you know, everyone's like, you should bottle it. And then I was like, you know, we just need some nutrient dense foods.
Yeah.
Hummus. I was like, okay, hummus. What else could we throw into it? You know, what else could we do to soup up products so that we're getting, you know, just maximizing our calories and our nutrition for everything that we're taking in. So that's how we came up with Souped. And yeah, it's been a long journey, but going through COVID and all that, but we were able to finally launch.
When did you launch?
Coming right out of COVID in March.
Oh, okay.
We were trying to launch earlier, but you know, COVID put everything on hold, put permitting, you know, getting all our licensing, which normally takes 3 months, took 8 to 9 months. You know, everyone got backed up because everyone in the restaurant world then had to pivot, right? They had to start putting out their own products, start manufacturing.
This is one of them, right?
Yeah, that's our first one, our cacao superfood nut butter.
Super Warrior Nut.
Warrior Nut
I love
butter.
it.
Yeah.
Cacao. So
Yeah.
you've got a little chocolate flavors. Can I open
Yeah.
this?
Oh
I'm
no,
just,
go
like,
for it.
diving in.
We got a lot of cacao nuts in there, hemp seeds, chia seeds, the organic oils of coconut,
smells so
avocado,
good.
and flax. So that one's just great. You know, I came up with these, you know, training for half Ironmans. I was like, I just need something that wasn't super sugary, super anything other than really good for you.
Yeah.
And so I just needed something really nutrient dense. So a couple of tablespoons of that, I'm good to go for a while. So if you're, you know, if you're trying to get out the girls, you know, breakfast and you don't have time to feed yourself, just grab a little bit of that.
This is perfect. Well, so I have 2 daughters as well. And
Yeah,
they're
nice.
competitive dancers.
Oh,
They're
gosh.
13 and 15. And I am a full-time working mom, and I
you get it.
full-time working dance mom is also a whole nother life
Dance
and
mom,
a
yeah.
job life.
Oh, yeah.
So I am constantly, I say on this show a lot actually, because I do not have time to make food. I'm not good in the kitchen. So I'm always trying to think, what is something easy,
Yeah.
quick,
Yeah.
but that's healthy and going to
Yeah.
last them for 4 hours when they're at the studio for 4 hours. And
Yeah,
they're
no
dancing.
healthy man, like microwave meals
No,
with the
there's
Pillsbury
really
steaks.
not. And
yeah.
you know, so I've done the, you know, making the little nut ball flax
Yeah, the
oil,
goo balls
the
and
goo balls
stuff,
or
yeah.
whatever that looks like, you know, pieces of dirt, to be honest with you. I'm like, it doesn't look very appetizing. But if I could just send them with a little can of this.
Little love, yeah.
Little love like this.
Yeah.
And so this is your packaging, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a really awesome company called Upstart Food Brands. They're out of St. Louis. We partnered with them to do our branding. which was also a long process. So it was like the timing kind of ended up being great for us because we had all the product and all the recipes and information down right before COVID.
Okay.
And my partner and I were like, all right, we're ready. And then COVID kind of shut everything down, which actually gave us more time. We were still luckily employed with our day jobs, but it gave us a little bit more time to really kind of hone in everything and fine tune and really get the right team around us.
Yes, so let's talk about your recipes actually.
Yeah.
Because you said you cooked yourself. Anyway, you were good in the kitchen. So did you come up with the recipes and the ingredients and everything yourself?
Yeah, and just kind of, tested through everything. Tried it with my girls, tried it with friends.
You got to get to the tween girls.
You got to
can pass that.
Yes,
task.
exactly. Like one of our products, like say the mushroom and chaga butter. One of my cells for that. Yeah, chaga mushrooms. Yeah.
Yeah, let's try
chaga
this.
and lion's mane. Yeah, right. And it's just kind of a brain butter with MCT oil and coconut oil. So everything's made with a lot of intention.
Everyone here can relate to the fact that
especially with turning around.
Yes.
Big dose of coffee and tea.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. So everything just tastes delicious.
I don't even know what chaga is.
So chaga is a great adaptogen mushroom that's great for brain health.
And it's not the trip kind of mushroom.
No, but we could go there if you want. Maybe that'll be the next test run. We'll drop some by.
Chaga and lion's mane
with a little bit of dried ginger in there. And then we got MCT oil, which is great for brain health as well. So it's a really good overall. So every one of our products sort of has a purpose. Like this one, we partnered with 7 Seas Coffee. Java maca. So maca is sort of like the ginseng of South America. Yeah, exactly, right? And then we threw some caffeine in there with the coffee, and then also the MCT oil and the coconut oil. So really good keto forward, good brain health, really keeps you full for a while. Yeah.
Oh my God,
that's one of our more popular.
So good. I could just drink this straight out of it. Java, okay, this one's my favorite. I'm taking all of these, right?
They're all for you. Yeah.
I'm not sharing with any of the crew. Maybe one.
Well, maybe just a little spread on some toast for them.
Okay, maybe.
Help them out.
Yeah, because we do a lot of, but it's like the Skippy. It's not healthy. It's sugary.
But this tastes just as good.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the point is like everything should taste good, right? You don't want to like put something down that doesn't taste well. So we made a point that each serving of our nut butter has the servings of what's in it instead of like the typical kind of companies where it's like, oh, this has mushrooms in it and they wave a little mushroom wand over it and voila, they have a mushroom nut butter. No, so the tasting of like mushrooms this one specifically tasted really earthy and I'm like, oh my God, we got to calm this down. So luckily with my chef background, I was like dried ginger. So a little bit of organic dried ginger and it cleaned up the palate. So people are tasting like, I don't even taste the mushrooms in it. I'm like, right. But you get your servings of each of the mushrooms.
So
with
impressed.
It. So
now let's talk about the hummus because I'm also a big hummus lover.
Yeah.
So tell me about that.
So the hummus has been a great product. We took the oil out of it. That was kind of the only downside of hummus was a lot of hummus is full of conventional oils, which is just not the best for you, and also raises the calorie and carb count.
Do you have any type of oil in there?
No, we don't.
Okay.
So we emulsify it with reverse osmosis water, and we sprout the garbanzo beans that are organic, and then we infuse each one with different superfoods, but they taste just like really delicious hummus. So that one right there is our roasted red pepper and aloe that we also use roasted pepitas with.
Ooh, pepitas.
Yeah, and we roast those, and it's just a delicious tasting hummus. Tastes fresh, tastes really delicious. The other one being the moringa, kale, and spirulina, right, in a hummus.
Wow.
But it's a great way to get your kids to try it, and that's kind of my sell point at the farmer's market. We'll see some kids and be like, hey, just try this. And the moms are like, oh my God, I can't believe my kids are eating it, but it just tastes like a good lemony, garlicky type hummus.
And it's got all the nutrients from those
all the nutrients from the spirulina, the kale, and the moringa, which is an amazing adaptogen.
What's moringa? It sounds like a dance move.
Right, the moringa.
Let's do it. Hey.
It's a evergreen adaptogen from India. That's just great for helping you absorb everyday stress. It's a really high antioxidant, and it's kind of one of those panacea superfoods out of India that we don't really get over here that much because it's a real sensitive and you sort of lose a lot of the nutrients in the shipping.
Okay.
But if you source it correctly and you're supporting the right environments and you're supporting the right, not culture, but people and society, they take care of it and they make sure that what we get is really good nutrient forward.
Did you know about all of these fun nutrient filled food products before?
Just because I'm kind of a geek like that, but I lived in Hawaii for a long time where it's a big capital for kind of the health movement. Worked with my friend David doing Hawaiian herbal blessings, doing noni. So we did noni, which is kind of like the panacea, old medicine.
Do not know.
No noni.
No
So
noni.
it's kind of like the cure-all in Hawaii. Like all the aunties in Hawaii, like, oh, you sick? Here's some noni. You know, like, oh, rub some noni on it.
Okay.
And it's a fermented fruit. So I worked with that for a while, and we shipped to 28 different countries. It was a pretty good international company. And worked under some people that just were really, really forward with the whole Chinese herbal medicine and herbal knowledge and lifestyle. So just sort of helped me get into it and dive into it.
So I've got a lot more questions for you on where you take your product and how you got through COVID actually, and then launch this business. So we're gonna take a break though. Cool. So everyone at home, stick around. We'll be right back with more America Trends right after this. Watching America Trends, I'm Mary Burt-Godwin, and we are talking about the souped life. We've got Peter O'Keefe, who started the Soup Life business, superfoods, foods enriched with other superfoods.
Yeah.
Nutrient-rich foods.
Yep.
We've talked about your nut butter, which we have right here, and I'm gonna devour this. This is gonna be my new favorite thing. You have hummus, and also you have a hot sauce. Is that correct? So, fermented hot sauce. Tell us about this.
Yeah, so the whole idea was to kind of start with these three products and then grow the brand out as naturally as kind of the customer and consumer base kind of demanded, and where we were selling and where we were having some good successes. So we started out with the hummus and the nut butters, and then during COVID, I was just kind of like, no one's talking about immunity health. You know, it's just kind of like.
I was wondering the same thing.
Yeah, it's like everyone's just like, oh, wait for the cure, wait for the vaccine, which is great to have a vaccine, but at the same time, we had so much time at home. We could have been doing so much, right?
Could have been. How about build your immunity? How about work out and get healthier? Yeah.
Exactly. You know, and everyone was indoors, and you know, it was a really sad period. I feel like we didn't take advantage of that time as much as we could have.
Yeah.
But hey, we are where we're at, and we're all good. So.
But you did.
Yeah. So one great thing for health is great gut health, right? Everyone's been getting into the kombuchas. You have even hard kombucha, right? You can get drunk while you're getting healthy, which is always a great thing. So you know, I wanted to kind of come up with a product that sort of was applicable to everybody. And one great sort of home thing is there's a lot of like these home fermented hot sauces. You know, it's basically lacto fermentation, where you take a salt brine and you soak your peppers in them, and voila, 3 months later you have this amazing hot sauce, right?
3 months?
Yeah, it's a little bit of time. Yeah. But everything is good with time.
Yeah.
Like Tabasco. You know, Tabasco is fermented in these barrels, right? In this island, Avery Island. And
I don't think I've ever thought that much about Tabasco.
Right.
So that's really good to know. Okay.
But then they pasteurize it. And most people, you have a lot of great companies that ferment their hot sauces and then they pasteurize them. So it kills all the healthy, you know, gut flora and the good bacteria that we want to get into our systems. And because we eat such sterile foods, you know, everything's pasteurized, from juices to our dairy to most of our foods. And then we reintroduce different bacteria back into it, like our yogurts that we want that have the added bacillus into it, or the different bacteria into it. So now you have kombucha coming up, which has been a big trend, and all these different kind of other trends where it's like, no, let's get some of that really good life bacteria back into our system, which helps everything. And gut health really drives your overall health and your overall well-being. So what's one thing that most people have is hot sauce, right? Everyone has a little jar of some random hot sauce in their fridge. Whether they touch it or not, who knows?
Yeah, it's always there though.
Yeah, it's always there.
I probably have one there from the 90s.
Yeah, it's a little crusty around the rim. Yeah. We all have one of those. And so hot sauce, I was like, well, why don't we take this huge home thing that everyone's doing with their peppers, which is kind of fermenting them. If you go online and search lacto fermentation, everyone and their dog is fermenting their peppers if they grow peppers.
This is a new trend, huh? Is there a TikTok on it?
Yeah, there's a TikTok on everything,
We're
right?
going to have to do a TicTok on lacto fermentation.
Yes, my daughter has me doing TikToks on everything else. Might as well throw that in there.
Well.
So we just came up with a habanero and a Fresno chili one, just two really spicy and then kind of a medium spice, but more flavor forward. We use an Ayurvedic spice recipe, so we have all these weird spices like star anise, cumin, coriander. You can kind of see all the spices there in front. We got smoked paprika, star anise, cloves. So we really wanted to kind of have fun with it and put a flavor-forward hot sauce out there that was also great for your gut. So, the whole point of soup is kind of like while you're eating, you might as well have something working in the background for you.
I like
it's not
it.
just tastes good. It's not just a good hot sauce to kind of season up your foods with.
So what do you put it? You can put it on eggs. I'm thinking
eggs,
breakfast.
pizza.
Pizza.
Oh yeah, pizza's
Don't
the
touch
best.
my pizza.
And then avocado. Sometimes I warm it up and then like fold in a little bit of butter for like kind of a spicy beurre blanc to put over chicken or fish. You can get really chefy
You are
with
fancy.
it.
That's very chefy.
But at the very basic, just eggs is always awesome. I personally love it on my avocado toast.
That sounds great. We do a lot of avocado toast in our house.
And I'm kind of one of those guys that, most chefs, we put hot sauce on everything. So I wanted to create something where not only does it taste good, but you get so much more benefits out of it.
So tell me a good avocado toast recipe that I can take to my children and then add a little bit of that hot sauce that you're going to
Well, I'll give you two. One is use the cacao butter, or you can use the Java butter if you want a little kind of caffeine kick. A little bit of strawberry jam on it and some strawberries, and then top it off with maybe some extra cacao nibs or something for a little bit of crunch.
Okay.
For an avocado toast, one of my favorites is mash up some avocado, with a little bit of sea salt, throw it on that toast, any sort of sprout, any sort of raw vegetable, shave real thin into ribbons, put it on top, and then just a little bit of hot sauce on it. It's a good way to get in your raw veggies too.
It's time to start eating. Okay, so tell me, so you were talking about COVID. I want to go back to that because I know that affected quite a lot of businesses, but it sounds like it was actually pretty good for you guys.
Yeah, I mean,
where was your business plan and where was your plan by the time it hit?
Plans, wow. Out the window for I think most people. For our business plan, it was more so just, okay, we got some extra time. Permitting was taking, typically 3 months, took us 8 months. Fine-tuning our packaging, it just allowed us to really put our efforts around it and really kind of get granular with everything. So it was really worked to our benefit. We hopped right into the farmers markets, right coming in out of the tail end of COVID. That was a little difficult.
There's so many here in Southern California.
Oh, every community has a farmer's market, which is so amazing because it's just direct to consumer from farmers. It's really, you're supporting your community.
So you just pay for a spot there, right? You pay the farmer's market to have a little booth.
You
and
pay
then
the
you bring
spot.
your own stuff, right? To set up,
hopefully.
Bring your own tent or
you bring your own tent, you bring your own tables, everything you bring. Yeah, you pack it in. Show up every morning. It's a lot of work, but it's a lot of but it's great because you're touching your consumer right then and there, and you're able to educate. You're also making stronger connections within the community. Yeah. You're hanging out. I mean, each farmer's market is like a different community. So we go to Little Italy. Yeah. It's a little bit more touristy and a little bit more like you see hundreds of people. I meet people from New Orleans, Michigan, all over the place, Arkansas. And
so you get to feel, and then you got a beach.
And then you go up to Hillcrest, or you go to Pacific Beach, you go to Carlsbad. And it's a totally different feel. Yeah, it's a different kind of community, different vibe. And you gotta kind of find where your product kind of fits because each product has its own little demographic. Yeah. Farmers markets aren't just veggies and produce now.
It's nut butter,
it's a full grocery
and hummus, and I can't wait to try this. And I thank you so much for coming on the show, Peter. I loved it. I can't wait to try your food. And everyone at home, stick around. The show is over, and we will see you tomorrow. Have a great night. Thank you so much for tuning into America Trends.
Man, ain't no lot to see. All those plans I made for myself, I got nobody else to lean on.
Welcome to everyone joining us to experience stories of resilience, hope, perseverance, and joy.
Move over to a sport chair, basketball wheelchair.
Category of Best Video are...
We love you guys.